Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news, folks. The NFL rumor mill is swirling once again, and this time it's centered around a potential blockbuster trade that could shake up the AFC North. Specifically, a potential move involving none other than Myles Garrett, the Browns' star pass rusher. Now I know what you're thinking, Myles Garrett, from Cleveland to Baltimore. Yeah, it's a bold thought, but with the Browns in a bit of a slump and facing some tough decisions, everything is on the table. The Browns, sitting at 4-5, have been struggling lately, especially with Deshaun Watson battling that shoulder issue which has seen him sidelined for the last 4 weeks. That's right, Watson's injury has hit hard, and the Browns are feeling the pressure to shake things up. According to insiders, Cleveland might be willing to part ways with Garrett in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026, freeing up around $20 million in cap space, money they could use to upgrade their quarterback situation or rebuild the roster. Now, Cleveland's odds to make the playoffs are sitting at plus 500, and they're ranked 15th among edge rushers with Garrett tallying 9 sacks so far this season. It's clear they're in rebuilding mode, and some analysts like ESPN's Jeremy Fowler compare this situation to the 2021 Von Miller trade when the Rams acquired him late in the season, boosting their Super Bowl chances. Cleveland is clearly looking for a rebuild, especially with their defense allowing 4.2 yards per carry. And with Garrett's contract and performance, they're weighing the risk of holding onto him versus making a strategic move to reset. Meanwhile, on the other side of the division, the Ravens have been pretty quiet since the NFL trade deadline. But that doesn't mean they're not eyeing major upgrades. Post-deadline, Baltimore stands at 3-5, and their pass rush, particularly after losing key players like Washington to Achilles injuries, has been somewhat anemic. The team could really benefit from a versatile, dynamic pass rusher who can make a difference both against the run and the pass. Garrett, with his Pro Bowl caliber talent, fits the bill perfectly. His ability to rush from multiple spots, whether as a DE or OLB, would be a game changer for the Ravens' defense. Remember, Baltimore's defense has been a top 10 unit this season, and adding someone like Garrett could push them even further, especially in key moments down the stretch. What makes Garrett even more intriguing is his recent performance. Since September 15th, he's accumulated 7 sacks, 12 tackles for loss, and 3 forced fumbles. His PFF grade for 2025 is an impressive 93.5, making him one of the most disruptive players at his position. Garrett's career stats are equally eye-popping: 95 sacks over 350 pressures, and his 2024 Pro Bowl appearance where he registered 14 sacks showcases just how impactful he can be. His get-off time averages 1.6 seconds, and his rush win rate hovers around 26%, which is elite. Garrett's versatility is a huge asset. He lines up about 55% of the time as a DE and 45% as an OLB, allowing him to adapt to any defensive scheme. He's also known for his ability to shed blocks, with a run-stop win rate of 83%, and his ability to force mismatches against even the best offensive tackles. Now, you've got to understand, Cleveland's desperation to move Garrett isn't just about rebuilding, it's about survival. The Browns are sitting on a cap space of roughly $15 million, and their defense, especially against the run, has been leaky, allowing 4.2 yards per carry. With their current outlook, some analysts predict a 7-10 finish and no playoff appearance, with Super Bowl odds plummeting to plus 60. It's a risk they're willing to take, especially if they get a high draft pick in return, but the fan base is already upset about the idea of trading away one of their top players, reminiscent of the backlash the Seahawks faced when trading Clowney or the Metcalf trade drama. But that's where it gets interesting for Baltimore fans. Imagine Garrett in a Ravens uniform, revitalizing the pass rush, creating chaos for opposing quarterbacks, and elevating the entire defense. Since acquiring players like Dremont Jones and Gervon Dexter, the Browns' defense has lost some of its edge, and Garrett's presence could be the spark that pushes Baltimore's defense into truly elite territory. His ability to generate pressure, over 16 pressures per game this season, combined with his knack for forcing turnovers and creating mismatches, would be a massive boost. Think about it. Garrett's PFF grade of 93. 5 outshines other top edge rushers like Kyle Van Noy, who's rated around 85. For his sack numbers, 16 so far this season, are comparable to some of the best pass rushers in the league, and he has the power to turn games around single-handedly. From a strategic point of view, Garrett's addition would allow the Ravens to deploy more aggressive blitz packages, especially with the defense already showing improvement in generating pressure. His presence would also take some of the double teams off existing players, freeing up others like Odafe Oye or even some of the younger defensive linemen to make plays. The Ravens, with their flexible cap space of about $12 million, could fit Garrett into their roster without too much trouble, and the impact would be felt immediately, especially in critical moments when the game's on the line. The AFC playoff picture is already heating up, and adding Garrett could be the X factor that propels Baltimore into the postseason as a serious contender. The Super Bowl odds have shifted significantly. Initially at plus 5-0, they're now down to plus 1-500, and getting Garrett could be the final piece needed to elevate Baltimore from a good team to a true championship threat. His ability to pressure mobile quarterbacks like Justin Fields, who's known for his escapability, would be invaluable, echoing the Ravens' past dominance during Suggs' prime. Garrett's presence on the line would mirror Watt's explosion in Pittsburgh last season, where he tallied over 250 pressures, turning the Steelers' defense into a nightmare for offenses. Looking at the division rivals, the Browns, odds to make the playoffs are now at plus 8-0, and if they go through with this move, they might be throwing away their future for a quick fix that might not pay off. Baltimore, on the other hand, would see this as a golden opportunity to solidify their front seven and push for a deep playoff run. A Garrett acquisition would send shockwaves through the league, especially in the AFC North, where every game counts, and rivals know that adding a player of Garrett's caliber could be a game-changer. This potential intradivisional trade is epic. Imagine Garrett in purple and black, wreaking havoc on quarterbacks and elevating the Ravens' defense to new heights. It's a storyline that's going to dominate NFL conversations in the coming weeks, with fans and analysts alike speculating about the possible fallout and the impact on the postseason. The Ravens have always been about building a relentless physical defense, and adding Garrett would be a perfect fit, someone who can dominate the line of scrimmage and help turn games in Baltimore's favor. So, Ravens fans, buckle up. We're witnessing what could be one of the most transformative moves in recent NFL history. If this trade goes through, it'll be a statement. Baltimore is serious about contending, and Garrett might just be the missing piece to finally unlock that Super Bowl window once again. Keep your eyes peeled, because this story isn't over yet, and it's shaping up to be one of the biggest moves of the season. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Baltimore Ravens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think acquiring Myles Garrett is the move that could push us over the top? Or is it too risky, considering the Browns' desperation and the potential cost? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Ravens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news. We're in this together, and the future looks incredibly exciting.